Afternoon, Pet Pros. So we are back and we are officially kicking off the passive income bootcamp with day one. So it's all very exciting because we've got a whole 4 days to spend together this week to really look at those key areas for setting up your, like creating your passive income offer and yeah, building an audience for it and selling your passive income offer. So this is all going to be very exciting stuff, especially if you haven't done this before and this is a new like venture for you. It's going to be very exciting to look at these things. Okay, let me just double check as always that I'm live and I can see everything going on. Hopefully, I can see your comments again because that interaction is very important because I want to be able to speak to you guys while we're doing this and also ensure that you've got everything that you need for this experience because this is your experience and I want to make sure that you are getting everything that you need out of it. So yeah, super important. Can I see? Yes, awesome. Okay, I'm live. Fantastic. Right, let me just click on that and then I can open up the comments here. Fantastic. Hey, Sarah, good to see you. And Eliza and Karen and Kish, Brooke, amazing. Awesome to see you guys here. Hope you all had a fantastic weekend as well. I feel nice and fresh off the weekend today, which is nice. It's always good. Fantastic. Okay. So right, before we kick this off properly, I'm going to do just a little bit of housekeeping and let you know like what's going on, how this is going to work, all of those, preliminary things before we jump in. Okay, awesome. Hey Sue, hey Tracy, good to see you guys as well back here. Fantastic. Love this. Yeah, so give me a hi in the comments as well. I love to see who's here with me. And also, you can ask those questions as you come along each day as well in the boot camp. 2 seconds. Let me just make sure. I think this is, this is the big problem with having an email going out on the time that you're going live. You get people requesting to join the group at that time. And then it's like, oh my God, we gotta get these people in. Okay, I'm gonna stop doing that now because this is just gonna distract me. Okay, housekeeping. So I'm going to be going live every day from like today until Thursday at 2 p.m. UK time. So that's GMT. Um, I know that there's a lot of people here from like all over the world, and it's a bit tricky with time zones and things like that. So if like Google it, basically, that's the only thing that I can suggest here because I don't have one of those like fancy calendar things where you can like add it to your calendar and it will change to your time zone. So it's 2 p.m. UK time, which is GMT. So if you do Google that, like it will tell you what time it is in your time zone, so you can ensure that you come along at that time every day because I want to encourage you to come along live as well, because you're going to get the most out of this experience if you do that, right? And also there's going to be prizes as well, as I mentioned before, for the most engaged. So that's also a good reason to come along live too. So there is going to be like a little bit of training each day. And then I'm going to share a task. Okay. So there's going to be a very simple task for you to complete. It's not going to be too crazy, long-winded, like take you hours to complete. I want these to be quick and easy for you because I know that, we're all busy people. We've got stuff going on in our lives and our businesses as well. I don't want this to be too like action heavy, but I do want you to take action. That's the most important thing here. I want you to get in, like step into action mode where you're making these very, very important steps towards that goal that you want to create that passive income offer. Because, we can learn and learn and learn and come along to these things, but if we're not actually taking action, what's the point? What's the point of all of it? We need to ensure that we're here, we're taking action, we're actually making that thing happen that we want to happen, right? So that's really, really important. There will be a homework thread as well. So to help you with that action taking, there will be a homework thread to post in like the task, basically. I will give you it might be like one task or like a two-part task to put into the homework thread. And you just follow the instructions and just do what it says. And then yeah, that's it. You're just like submitting your homework, kind of like we're in school, but we're totally not in school. Um, so commit to this opportunity as well. Do, come here to get the most out of this that you possibly can. I want you to show up. I want you to get involved. I want you to come along to the lives. I want you to do the homework threads because you're going to get the most out of it that way. Treat it like you paid for it because this is a super valuable, like 2 weeks essentially that we're spending together here. Because obviously there was the bonus lives as well. And if you haven't caught up on those, that's okay. They are going to be there for you to catch up on those replays probably for the next like couple of weeks, I would say. So you've still got plenty of time to do that because there were some very good bonus lives, like foundational stuff before we head into the boot camp properly this week. So it's a good idea to head over there, check those out, because there was things around like your mindset, your big vision for your business and your life, and also your ideal students as well. So we're sticking to like the main stuff this week, but that is going to be helpful for you going forwards as well. Um, so yeah, there will be prizes for the most engaged. So on Thursday, I'm going to be sharing who's the winner of those prizes. So I will be keeping my eye on what's going on in the group, who's actually showing up, who's doing the homework, who's coming along to the lives, all of those things. So I'll be sharing that on Thursday, and I'll also be sharing on Thursday. That's when you'll get the final like passive income secret, but also I'll be sharing like next steps and how you can take this further and actually work with me to fast track your results if you're ready for that, right? Okay, so let me just check on you guys again. I want to make sure that you're all good and I can see everything. Hey Joanna, good to see you. Good to see you, Brooke, as well. So what is a week? What is a weekend? Yeah. This is one of the big reasons, of course, why you need to be coming along to this passive income bootcamp so that you can get those weekends back and put some boundaries in place. I run a boarding training facility. Weekends are busy. Yeah. Okay. So if we start looking at this side of things, there's a possibility that that could supplement your income in a big, big way. And you can take those weekends back, right? Or you can take, if you want to just keep the weekends because they're the busiest time, then you could take some more time off in the week, things like that. So about setting those boundaries and making your business and your life work better for you in the way that you want it to work for you. Yeah. Hey Debbie, good to see you, and Ali. Oh, I've just lost your comments now because I scrolled down. Okay. Tracy, I definitely want to get the most out of this course. So just have a dent. Yeah, no worries. You did mention that. That should be fine. I did respond to your comment, Tracy. That should be fine. We should be done by then, I would have thought. Joanna, have listened to 1 and 2, but need to listen to bonus 3. Yeah, no worries. You can totally catch up on that. Hey Elaine, good to see you from Virginia. That's amazing. I purchased the Create and Sell Your Digital product in 3 days. It is basically the same info. It's a bit different actually. So that one is all about using AI to help you kind of create and sell a smaller, lower ticket digital product very, very quickly and get it out there and soft launch it. This is a little bit different. So yeah, you will still get a lot out of this for sure. Hey, Callie, good to see you as well. Awesome. Right. Okay. So let's dig into this. So I think there's a lot of like people think about passive income in lots of different ways. And I want to just talk about actually what that is, first of all. Like, what is passive income? And I do prefer the term leveraged income over passive income because passive, it kind of assumes that it's like you set something up, or actually you don't even set something up. Like kind of in my mind, that's a bit like passive income is just like, oh, I'm just going to get money for doing nothing, which is not the case. Like not that's not what we're talking about here anyway, which is why I prefer the term leveraged income for this, because you create essentially an asset for your business. You do the work first, you put in that work up front, and then it sells for you over and over again without you then having to be involved in that. So I like to think of it as like a B&B owner type thing. So if you have a B&B and you like create these rooms, so you have like a lovely room that you can essentially sell to people, like for like a vacation type thing for a holiday. Um, you like kit that room out, right? You essentially make it look beautiful, like this beautiful space for people to come and stay, and then it sells for you over and over again, right? You've done all of that work up front by actually decorating it, making it look amazing, buying a lovely bed for it, buying some wardrobes and things and some um, artwork maybe, and like painting the whole space and all of those lovely things. So you do that work first of all, and then you can sell it again and again and again. So it's kind of like that. That's kind of like what we're looking at here. We're creating this thing, which is going to be a digital product, a passive income offer, and we're going to be selling that thing over and over again. But the work is already done. You do the work up front. You do it once, and then like months down the line or like a year down the line, 5 years, 10 years down the line, you can be selling that thing again and again and again. And you've done the work. You don't have to do any more work. The work then becomes actually marketing that passive income offer, right? So that's essentially what we're talking about here when we're talking about passive income. But there are a few different options, and I want to talk about these as well because, oh, let me just I'm going to lose your comments otherwise. Let me just click on that. Yeah, because there are a few different options here. So you may have seen people talk about things like online courses, right? So that is generally like when we think about passive income in this context, right? And this like digital offers, digital products. Online courses is one of the big ones because it's like you essentially record some videos maybe in a lot of cases it actually doesn't even have to be videos if you don't want it to be. um, you might create some supporting resources with that, like some workbooks or like a PDF, and you put it inside something like a piece of tech where people can access it, and it helps them to solve a very specific problem, right? So whoever your ideal customer is, whatever big problem they have, this course is like a lovely online course and it's helping them to solve that big problem, or it's fulfilling some sort of desire that they have, right? So there are lots of things that you can do here. I'm going to walk you through quite a few of these actually. Um, Yeah, I'm going to walk you through a few. So we've got more on the low ticket side of things. I'm going to break this down to just like low ticket, which is in terms of like the price, right? Really kind of lower on the lower priced side of things. And then you've got your higher ticket, which is higher priced. So you can do for lower ticket mini courses. These are great. They can be just a few lessons, literally in like video format, or if you wanted to do it in a written format, you could. Like video does work a bit better though. Um, so mini courses are great. Yeah, you can include like video within that, like just like a few videos, workbooks, PDFs, things like that. And you literally have a content outline that will take them from where they are right now to where they want to be, right? So you're thinking about, right, what is this big problem that my ideal customer has right now? And what do I need to put together and map out to help them go through my course and then come out the other side knowing exactly what they need to do and getting that result, that outcome, that transformation that they want. That's essentially what you're doing here. And you're doing it in the quickest way possible. And it's just like a little mini course and it's helping to solve a very, very specific problem for people. That's a really popular way and a popular route to go down to help you pull something together pretty damn quickly, actually, and get it out there and selling for you, like really, really quickly. So that workshop that you were talking about there, actually, so it's based off how I essentially pull together these mini courses and resources like really, really quickly. Because AI, if you haven't embraced AI yet, I want to really encourage you to do that because it's an amazing tool. Like it's an incredible tool actually, like ChatGPT. Um, I use it literally every day in my business to help me with brainstorming, to um, sort out like bits of information, basically, to gather data and turn it into something that is easy to understand or to summarize things. It helps me write content as well for like sales pages, for social media, for emails. It's an incredible thing. So I literally created just, I think it was like a couple of months ago, a little mini course in like less than 3 days, like really, really brainstormed the entire thing, created the content outline for it, the name for it, created the sales page for it, put it inside my tech as well that I use to house my online courses and things like that. Less than 3 days, and then sold it in the following 2 days afterwards. And it made just under £1,000 for that. And it was just like a £27 course, right? So you can do this really, really, really quickly. It doesn't have to take weeks, months, years. It really doesn't. It can take days. And in some cases, it can actually take hours. Like I've pulled together um, like a membership essentially in hours, in less than a day. And that was selling for me like the next day. I brought in 50 members, founding members for that membership. It can be really quick. We have a tendency to overcomplicate things as human beings as well. But with things like this, like if you know what you're doing, you know the steps, it can be so, so quick. So you've got the mini course option there. Low ticket side of things, Mm, like £7 to kind of £47, I would say, for things like that. Ebooks. So an ebook is a really easy option that you could pull together, actually. So you can create these in things like Canva. There's lots of templates over there, and you pull together. Again, we're talking about solving a very specific problem for people. That's really, really important with anything that you're going to create. Be super specific. Make it like this specific problem, I'm going to help you to solve that with this specific thing. Like you need to be so obvious these days. You can't be too generic, too general in what you're creating. So it's really important that you do that. Ebooks, so that's really easy. You can just create it on Canva and you can have like this guide to XYZ, like whatever it is that you're an expert in, right? Say expert. What I have said before, you don't have to be the expert because you really don't. You just have to know something that's valuable to your average like pet parent, and that's it. And you can create something and sell it, right? That's the beauty of this. It's a real beauty of this. Okay, so let me come back to you guys. I will come back to your comments, guys. I'm gonna just continue with this so that you guys can, keep this rolling. Um, Recorded workshops. So these are nice and easy. So it could be like a 60-minute, there or thereabouts, workshop where you take people through something, again, very specific. We've got a theme here, right? And it could be like, I don't know, how to groom your schnauzer at home, right? And you just take people through like 60 minutes, 90-minute workshop, taking them through all of the different areas, what kind of clippers that you're using, what kind of scissors are you using, um, anything else, and just how to actually like trim that specific cut on a schnauzer. That could just be like a one-off workshop that you pull together and sell for like, I don't know, £27, £37, something like that. Like I would have loved that personally when I first started trimming my schnauzer. So I do that. I actually do trim my schnauzer at home. I've got all of the like stuff for it. Um, so I just, yeah, I kind of went on that journey to kind of learn how to do it myself, and having something there that was like a proper workshop or masterclass or something that I could buy to help me do that would have been just incredible at the time. I had to just piece it together from various videos and things like that, and a bit of trial and error as well. So having something like that would be super valuable to people that don't want to take their dogs into the salon, or having a maintenance type workshop where it's like in between grooms, right? So they come to you for their groom. What do they need to do in between that kind of like 6 week period? Like bathing, maybe some like maintenance to trim around like the eyes, maybe doing their nails and things like that. Like you'd have a whole workshop around that, that your like customers and your audience could buy. It's giving them another option there, right? Masterclass, so same type of thing. Planners and calendars, so like digital resources, like quite small things here. So you could have like a toilet training like planner or calendar, that kind of thing. They can work really, really well. Checklist, like a puppy preparation checklist, like before they bring their puppy home, or like a pet sitter's what do you need to bring to with you when you give your dog to the pet sitter or whatever when you go on holiday, those kind of like a checklist for that with a little guide, like that would work so well. Low ticket memberships as well. You can have memberships that are really low ticket. So I have one that's like £9 a month, and it's just you get content prompts, you get hooks and call to actions, and like a business resource as well. But you can have a membership that is low ticket, and you can have memberships that are mid ticket, mid tier, and also really high ticket as well. So memberships are really quite adaptable in that way. It depends on what you want to do. Depends on what you want to do there. So you can have lots of things that are quite low ticket on the low ticket side of things. It doesn't have to be too expensive. It doesn't have to take you ages to pull together. And you can literally get it out there, sell it, have it ticking over in the background and working for you as this lovely income stream, right? This extra income stream if you wanted to go down that route and still keep your in-person services as well. Because I know a lot of people will want to do that. It's just like a supplement, I suppose, to their income rather than going all in on passive income. Like I love passive income and semi-passive income, and my business is made up like 95% plus of my business is made up of passive and semi-passive income offers. And I've gone all in on that, but you don't have to do that. You could just have this extra income stream that's working for you in the background, right? Higher ticket, so online course, you could have a signature course. So this is a larger, more in-depth signature course where you share, quite a lot of your expertise in that. It's not like you can go more broad on a signature course rather than going like hyper specific. It could be more like for puppies during the first kind of like 6 months maybe, and everything they need to know to ensure that their puppy like thrives essentially. So that would work really well as an online course. There's a bit higher ticket, so we're going into like the hundreds of pounds or dollars or euros depending on what your currency is. So they work really well. Membership. So again, as I mentioned, you can have like a higher ticket membership. So with memberships, this is all about, I didn't touch on that in the low ticket, but this is all about like giving people access to something on a monthly basis. They pay on a monthly basis, like it's all automatic. So that's the beauty and the real appeal of memberships as well, because you can create something like this core curriculum essentially. Like if you wanted to go down that way, you could create this core curriculum that they get access to. And it's like inside a training portal, and it gives them everything they need, like depending on what the solution is that you're kind of what the problem is that they first have and the solution that you're giving them. And that core curriculum will solve like that problem. They go through that, and it may unlock like on a monthly basis or a weekly basis, depending on what you want to do there. And they may also get as well like additional content each month as well. They may get like little handout type things, or like little extra bonus trainings, those kind of things. Because the thing with a membership is it's it's often about, looking forward to something that is going to drop every single month, like some sort of content that's going to be released every single month, or like some sort of live element with you as well. So that works really well with memberships because we can get like everyone on like a Facebook Live or a Zoom call or something like that, where they come along and they spend some time with you and you answer their questions and those kind of things. So memberships are great like that because they're more on the semi-passive side for sure, memberships. Because there is often an element of you involved in that, whether that's creating new content for that membership or you're showing up in some way, like I don't know, like every couple of weeks or every week or every month, whatever you want it to be. It depends on what your boundaries are here, like how much you want to put into that based on how much it costs, those kind of things. So there's lots to consider there in terms of memberships. Group programs. And this is one of my favorite things actually, because group programs are definitely more on the higher ticket because it's more of a um, like a bigger transformation, right? You're taking people through a just a lovely experience with you, like a lovely journey with you. It can be over 3 months, it can be 6 months, it can be 12 months. And essentially it's over a set period of time. Again, it's about taking them from where they are now to where they want to be so that you're solving a very specific problem for people. Um, and they come into that and they're in there for that period of time. They get access to like again like a core curriculum of some sort. And there's often like an element of you within that as well, and that can be in a number of different ways, but it's often in a like a feedback way. You could have a community where they can ask questions, they can post videos and you can give feedback, those kind of things, or they can come along to a Zoom call or a Facebook Live, ask their questions there and get that support that they need. So it's like group programs are amazing because you can you're talking about into the thousands and thousands here for group programs because the transformation is so much higher, is so much more impactful as well than things like mini courses and calendars. It's quite a you have quite a connection with the people in there as well. It's yeah, it's just more involved. So it deserves a higher price for sure, but it's awesome. It is like, yeah, group programs are amazing when you're ready to go down there, but I would never recommend starting with a group program. Like that would be insane. So if this is like your first time doing this, start with a bloody mini course or an ebook or something like that. Don't go down the group program route straight away because that's madness. Okay. All right. So what I want to talk to you about next, so I will come back to your questions and your comments, guys. Just I want to make sure that I'm covering all of this first of all. So I want to take you through very quickly, very briefly, because I'm going to talk about this more throughout the week as well, and we're going to actually be going through these steps essentially. So I'm going to talk you through my impact system. So this is an approach that is totally unique to me. I've created this, the impact system, and it is about how you go from having literally no passive income offer, no digital product, to creating it, to building it out, to building an audience for it and selling it, right? It is the whole system and strategy that you need to do all of these things and go step by step. Okay. So it would take me like all day to share all of the things of the impact system, which is why I'm breaking this down into really simplified chunks. But I will be sharing as well, as I mentioned, how you can take this further at the end of this experience and actually work with me, and you can get all of that in its entirety. But that's on Thursday. Okay, so I'm going to just briefly walk you through this. So the impact system, the I stands for ideation, and this is essentially where you are brainstorming. You're essentially looking at like what are the different formats that I could go down here, and you're choosing that format, and you're choosing the name of your passive income offer. What is that actual thing? The transformation statement for it. You're looking at the content outline of your online course, your membership, whatever it is. You're mapping all of these things out and looking at that and going, great, right, I've got this brilliant idea. So this is the very first stage, and this is what we're going to be doing today as well. So hopefully, that's got the cogs turning as well when I was walking you through the low ticket and higher ticket options there. And I'll give you some examples as well for like transformation statements and things like that. But we're essentially looking at like, what is this thing going to be? What is this like online course, this ebook, this workshop, whatever it is, what is that going to be? What content am I actually going to be putting in here to help people get the result and the outcome that they truly want with their pet, right? So that's ideation. M stands for make. So M of the impact system stands for make. And that is essentially where we are looking at building this thing out, right? We're like recording the videos for it. We are creating the workbooks for it. We're looking at the tech that we need for this in terms of like, what is that what is that platform going to be to house those videos, to house those workbooks and things, to ensure that people can access them when they buy it, and they can access them in a really easy, like user-friendly way, and it's all laid out for them in this beautiful like training portal, right? So it's looking at all of the tech that you need there, and also like the automation side of things as well. So what happens when someone does sign up for your like online course, right? They need to be sent an email that will give them all of the information that they need to access that the online course, the training portal. So we need to make sure that we have all of these pieces of the puzzle set up in the first instance so that when someone does sign up, it's all automated. Like we're not involved in that process at all. They get emailed with their login details. They can jump into the training portal. They can start watching it and consuming it straight away. And yeah, they just get this amazing course, this amazing experience. And they're like, brilliant, this has really helped me. And then they go and rave about it to their friends and family. That's ultimately what we want, right? So where that make stage is all about like building this out in the tech of our choice. P stands for positioning, and this is all about your sales page. So very, very simply, this is essentially about creating this page on your website that is going to sell them, right? And help them to make a buying decision. Okay, so we don't want to be involved in the process of um, like selling particularly for things like low ticket offers, right? For group programs, yeah, okay. Like for certainly for like my academy, I will have conversations with people, like direct messages, like people DM me or they email me asking me about it, and I will be there to answer those questions, like for sure. And there will be some of that interaction. But that's for higher ticket. But for lower ticket, we're removing that as much as possible. But for higher ticket as well, you need to have a sales page. You need to have a very clear sales page for both of these things. But there may be more of you slightly involved in that sales process for a higher ticket like group program or membership because people are handing over more of their money. But for sure, we want to keep it as streamlined as possible when it is lower ticket. So we need to make sure we have these sales pages that are raving about your online course in terms of like social proof, getting those testimonials on the page. We are speaking to the problems that they have, showing that we understand them. We are talking to the benefits and stuff of our online course and how it's going to make their lives and their pets' life better. And we're literally giving them a way to buy there and then. We're not sending them an invoice. We are not asking them to get in touch with us. We are putting a buy now button on that page so that they can click that button and check out and buy it immediately, right? So we make it as easy as possible for people to buy. That's the whole point of this being passive income, right? So that sales page is super, super important. And I have a whole like framework essentially that I use for this, that my academy clients absolutely love because it just makes it so, so simple and it converts as well. It gets those results that people are after. Okay, so A stands for audience, and this is where you're building your audience, your email list of people that are going to be primed to buy. This is an important part because if you don't have an audience, then you're not going to be able to sell your passive income offers, and I don't want that for you, right? We need to make sure that we have some sort of freebie, lead magnet that will help people solve a problem. It relates, very, very important, that it relates to your passive income offer because we are building an email list of people that we know are interested in that passive income offer, right? Because they're signing up for something free, because it is about giving them something away, giving something away for free. You give them a taster of what you're all about. You still wow them, but you don't go like all of the way there to solving that problem. That is what your paid thing does, whatever that thing is. But we need to be consistently growing our audience all of the time for our passive income offers, because that is how you're going to sell a lot of them, right? So that's really important. And then C stands for campaign, and this is basically about launches. And yeah, it's essentially about putting on free experiences for people, like challenges, like webinars, masterclasses, like three-part workshops, whatever it is. Like it's a trigger event essentially, and you give people a taster of you give away your expertise on that, and then at the end of that experience you invite people into your paid for thing, right? That's what we're talking about here when we're talking about campaigns, and this is how you can bring in like a tidal wave of people into your passive income offers. For launches specifically, we only do this for higher ticket digital products, not for lower ticket. If you're selling lower ticket and it's like an online course that is like £27, then you just soft launch it. You just launch it through pretty much like emails and social media posts. And whatever audience you have, wherever you're active online, that is what you will use to sell that. It's soft launching. It's not doing the all singing, all dancing launches, because launches can be like more work for sure, and you don't want to be doing that for something that's like £7. There's no point. You'll be disappointed at the end of it unless you have a huge audience, and we're talking thousands and thousands of people. So yeah, C stands for campaign, and that is about launches. T stands for trickle, and that is where you put everything into an evergreen marketing system. So you essentially take like your launch, you can essentially take like your masterclass, your challenge, whatever it is, your workshop, and you can, after you've tested it, it's always a good idea to test these things live first of all. Then you put it into evergreen, which just essentially means that it's all automated, so people can sign up to that thing at any point, and yeah, they will be taken through your whole sales process for that like course or membership or whatever it is. And this is way more hands off when you do it this way. So there's a real, when you get this thing working, it's incredible. It really is. When that whole evergreen system is set up, it's just a wonderful thing. So that is that is the details of the impact system, and we're going to be looking at a few key areas of that this week. So the first one is around ideation. Okay, right. I'm going to talk a little bit about your homework in a moment, but I'm going to come back to you guys first of all, just to make sure. Any questions and things? Oh, scroll back up. So Brooke, will this be able to be reviewed after this being live to catch? Yeah, absolutely. So these will be up for the next couple of weeks for sure. So you can come back and rewatch again and again and make those notes. Tracy, haven't made it to the email marketing bit of the academy yet. Will that be an issue doing this bootcamp? No, absolutely not. Yeah, so you have the beauty, Tracy, of I've got a fly. I've got one of those annoying plant flies in my house. You've got the real beauty of being in the academy. So you've got access to all of these trainings already. So yeah, the email marketing module will be there for you to get started on that to start growing your email list. So it's giving you, laying everything out for you. So no, it's no issue that you haven't done that yet to be here. You don't need to do that. Where is the best place to learn AI for free, cheap, lots of ads for programs to learn, but a lot seem pretty scammy. Um, I mean, like just literally Googling things or going to YouTube, you can literally find anything for free these days, actually. But I don't know of any like really good courses around AI. Because I've essentially learned it over the last, I'd say, 1 to 2 years, through trial and error and training my AI and just using it pretty much every single day. And now it knows everything about my business and everything about me. And it just becomes this incredible, um, like a business sidekick, essentially, that you can use and make things just so much more streamlined. You're so much more productive and efficient when you do that, when you're using AI. Um, yeah, you can Google lots of things, um, or you might be able to find something on here. Like there's some ads and stuff dotting around. You've probably seen them. Um, yeah, I don't know. Yeah, sometimes they're scammy. Sometimes there are some good ones that you can find when there are ads on Facebook. Like I've seen some pretty good looking ones. Um, but yeah. We do have in the academy some information around some trainings around AI. I talk about AI as well. So yeah, that may be an option for you at the end of this. Tracy, I haven't yet. Is ChatGPT easy to use? How to get started with it? Yeah, Tracy, so you have access to that workshop as well. I would definitely recommend that you check out that specific. We're not going to be going into the details of AI during this boot camp, but that workshop where you're literally, looking over my shoulder as I build out a digital product in ChatGPT with ChatGPT. So start there. You do have access to that. If you can't find the link for it, do let me know and I will send that over to you. Sarah, I'm always on ChatGPT, but you do have to be careful as it can be really irritating for the savvy user when they recognize content that's not been created by a human. Yeah, this is really important to train your AI as well. That's why it's so important that you do that, that you make sure, first of all, you tell it all of the information that it needs to know about your business. And you also give it some like, so I was quite lucky because I've written a book and I uploaded like a lot of my book to ChatGPT and said, right, here's like my tone of voice so you understand how I speak to my audience, right? What my kind of vibe is, and also what my like philosophies are, my approach to business, the way that I work. So it takes all of that information, like you can literally upload documents to ChatGPT. It takes all of that information and learns all of the information about you. So you're training your AI to sound like you and to write like you and to come at it from the perspective of you and how your brain thinks. So it's really important that you do that. You need to train AI. Otherwise, yeah, you will absolutely sound like everyone else, and it's not a good thing. Yeah. Sarah, I love ChatGPT being dyslexic. Yeah, absolutely. It really has helped me learn and understand, which has been text heavy. Yeah, for sure. Like it's so good for just like putting things that we want to say into just like a really coherent piece of text. I love it for that. It's like, I want to say this, and it's not quite working out the way I want it to. This has taken too long for me to do this. This is the idea. Can you take that and put it into like a really nice email or a social media post? And then I will come back in, maybe edit some things that don't seem quite right. But yeah, it's a great kicking off point for sure. Yeah, okay. Yes, absolutely. Okay. Janet, agree. ChatGPT can make mistakes and be a bit of an echo chamber. You really have to watch how you're typing. Yeah, absolutely. Like your prompts are so, so important. Like ChatGPT can be completely useless if you're not prompting it in the right way. You need to be doing that. So that's really important. So with that workshop that I mentioned as well, Tracy, I've given you some prompts there um, to help you get the most out of ChatGPT. So that's uh, always important. Okay, what platform do you recommend for selling digital products? Yeah, so for me, I don't sell, I use a number of different products, different platforms rather. So the platform that houses my online courses, my membership, my group program, is called Member Vault. It's a brilliant one. It's a really like I can't support these guys enough because they've just done so much. They listen to people as well. Like if you really want to see a specific feature of their like introduce into their platform, they listen to that and they do actually like develop it out, which is awesome. And they're really active in their Facebook community, like speaking to their users and things like that. It's the more one of the more cost effective ones as well, I would say as well. So I will always stand by, I'm not an affiliate for MemberVault because they don't actually have an affiliate program, unfortunately, but I will always recommend them for sure. But there are loads of different ones out there. There's like a Thinkific, there is Teachable, there's Kartra, there's Kajabi, like there's so many. Um, so yeah. But start there. Start with MemberVault because it's a good one. It's a good one to look into. Eliza, do you need a team of admins to do the group programs? No, not really. No. So when I first started running group programs, I just ran it all on my own. And I still do in terms of the in terms of the like the involvement from me. Like I don't have anyone else come in, any other coaches that come in to run that for me. It's just me, I'm there to support people. I do the one-to-ones with people. I do like the group coaching calls with people. I do the reflection sessions, all of these things. But I do have a community manager now. She's also my VA, so she's in there to do just like some little bits and pieces, like encourage people to put their goals in on a Monday, to celebrate people's wins with them on a Friday, those kind of things. And she schedules my content and all of those things. But you don't like seriously, you can run a group program by yourself and it'd be really successful. You don't need loads and loads of people to make that happen. Tracy, what's the best place to put the products, courses, etc.? You use MemberVault. Yeah, there's Podia. Yeah, that's another one. But I hear it's glitchy and too simple for someone who's only learning tech. Yeah, I don't know much about Podia because it's not one of those ones that I've really explored. Zenler is actually another good one that may be good for you. Um, like I would always start off with MemberVault, to be honest, because it is easy to use, it's easy to set up. There are also trainings in the academy for you as well, Tracy. There's like a tech walkthrough, which will literally walk you through how to set everything up. There's also Zenler. There's a tutorial in there as well for Zenler, and that's a good one. So that's a nice beginner one. And I think, do they have a free option? They might have a free option that just takes like a bit of commission. I think they've changed the way that they do things recently, Zenler, but have a look at those two, first of all. I know that they're good. Like I know that they are decent platforms. I never have any like glitchy problems with MemberVault ever. Um, and it's easy to set up. Zenler, same again. It's a good solid platform. So I'd start there. Selena, where would I create an ebook? Canva. Yeah, yeah. Canva's a really good place for those ebooks. And there's lots of free templates that you can use as well. So you don't have to start from scratch. Because for me, like, I'm not like great with design stuff. Like I'm okay. I'm all right. I'm okay. I can do it, but it doesn't look as good as some of like the templates that they have there. So I'm all about, making things as easy as possible. So start with a template and you can just swap things out like brand colors, images and things like that. Start with a template on Canva. Okay. Mm, 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 mm. Yeah, Canva's awesome. Will you share some options for managing the user journey hosting content? Um, so in terms of like, yeah, so hosting content in terms of that, these platforms that I'm talking about right now, that is going to be helpful for you for that. So Zenler, MemberVault, they're two really good ones. So I'd start there for that. Um, because yeah, when they get in there as well, like when your customers get into your training portal on MemberVault or Zenler, the whole customer journey within that is so like straightforward and easy for people. I've never had anyone say to me, "Oh, your training portal, it feels too complicated. Like I can't find my way around it." I've literally never had that before. And I have like over 1,000 people that have bought like courses and memberships and whatever from me. I've never had that before. So it's a good one. That is a good one. Sarah, I disagree with that. I'm not sure what that was because I'm coming back to it. It's the small tickets that make you money too. So why would you want to distance yourself from your customers when they are keeping the wolf from the door? Or have I missed the point? Not sure what you mean here. So both will make you money, right? Both of these things will make you money. The low ticket options and the higher ticket options. You need more audience for the lower ticket options for sure. Like if you don't have an audience, if you don't have people that are going to be ready to buy, then you're going to struggle to make any significant money there. So that's why I was talking about that audience building part. That's really, really important. Um, like the higher ticket, yeah, you could have like a lovely group program that's online that is higher ticket, um, and that's more involved with you, as I mentioned. So yeah, if you want to clarify that a little bit, I can help you on that. Okay, cool, cool, cool. Have I come to the end? Brenda, would love to learn how to use AI, so would love to have access. Yeah, absolutely. So I've just developed as well Carly AI, which I'm really, really excited about because my academy clients have just had access to this. It's in beta mode at the moment, so we're really testing it. But it's essentially like it's just awesome. So I've trained it on my like philosophies, my approach, my strategies, all of those things. So it's like having me there 24/7 whenever you need me. So you can go to it, you can ask it questions, you can say, "Oh, I feel really stuck in my business right now. I don't know what to do." And it's like me being there coaching you on what you should do next. So it's like, oh, it's blowing my mind. But yeah, I've just released that for Academy clients, so that's just going to be awesome going forwards when we've properly developed this out as well. But it's in beta, it's in testing at the moment. What I mean is, are you not engaging in any way with low ticket customers? You are, but inside your paid offers, right? So you can engage with them as well in your wider community. So with your social media channels, you're engaging with them through your emails as well. When you're encouraging them to answer your question, like you can ask them questions in your emails and be like, I'm here. I'm on the other end of my emails. So I'd love to chat with you. That's a lovely way to bring that connection in. But we're not like strictly they don't have access to you as part of that like lower ticket online course or that ebook or whatever, because like that's the whole point of this is for it to be passive, if that makes sense. Um, or you can bring yourself into it if you want to. There are ways to do that, right? Okay, so there are ways to do this. So what I've done as well is created like a client only community on Facebook. So whenever anyone buys anything from me, literally anything, they get access to this Facebook group. Like this is a lovely thing to do, by the way, if you want to add more of that connection in. So if they buy an ebook, they get access. If they buy like a little online course, they get access. If they buy one of my higher ticket options, courses, group programs, they get access. And I do hang out in there, right? I am there to answer people's questions. And I do go live every month for a Q&A. People can come along to that. They can spend some time with me and ask me anything that they want about, whatever it is that they've signed up to. That specific problem that they have, they understand like what my area of expertise is, and they come and bring their questions around growing their businesses. So you could do it that way as well. Like it depends on what you want to do. I quite like that for adding that extra little like personal touch. So you could do that if you wanted to, or you can keep it totally passive, up to you. So that might be an option for you if you're not too happy with that, Sarah. Okay, Brenda, does Memberful offer training videos? Um, Good question. I'm not sure. They might have a YouTube channel where they create content and stuff like that for free. I'm not sure if they do. You might want to check that out. But other people do have like YouTube channels where they will show you as well how to set up things on MemberVault, or like I've got a whole tutorial inside the academy as well on how to use MemberVault. So I can talk a little bit more about that on Thursday. But yeah, there's going to be lots out there. Awesome. Okay, awesome. Tracy, so I should build my audience through email marketing before creating any kind of passive income. Like that is a priority for sure, to get yourself set up with a lead magnet of some sort. So you can start building your audience like now, like right now, while you're then building out your passive income offer. So we want to bring in those people that are going to be primed to buy our passive income offer. And we want to do that as soon as possible, really. Yeah. Yeah, I hope that makes sense. Sarah, is there a service you offer in between the expensive academy and say a 1 hour mentoring session? Um, So there is the workshop that I was talking about. So the create and sell your digital product in 3 days workshop. So that's like £197. I do like one-off like one-to-ones, or like a package of one-to-ones. So that's another option. But yeah, I can talk to you a little bit more about that, Sarah. If you want to like DM me, you can have a chat about that. Brenda, great, we'll check it out. Awesome. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Okay, yeah. Send me a DM if you want to chat a bit further about that, Sarah. No problem. Okay, right. I'm going to come back to your homework now. So I want you to today start writing down potential ideas for creating passive income, right? What your passive income offer is going to be. So essentially for this, I want you to grab a sheet of paper and divide it into 4 columns. And we're looking at ideas for, I don't know if you can see this, or let me have a look at the camera. Maybe you might be able to see that. So we want ideas for a digital resource. So that can be anything like an ebook. No, you can't see that at all. That's not very right. This is digital resource by here. So the first column, digital resource. And that is like ebooks, calendars, planners, checklists, all of those smaller type resources. I want you to put ideas into this column of what you could create here. Okay. This one, online course. That's the next one. So what are the ideas that you could create here for an online course for your business? Next one, membership, right? What could you create as a membership, an ongoing rolling monthly basis membership, or a group program where it's like 3 months, 6 months, or 12 months, and you take people through a very specific, a very specific process to help them get a result that they want, right? So I want you to think about in each of these. We're not going to do all of them. Like we don't want to be overwhelmed and thinking, oh my God, like this is going to take me ages. We're going to start with something very, very simple, but I want you to start brainstorming right now what these could potentially be in here. So you're opening your mind to all of these different ideas, right? So I want you to start thinking about that. Get yourself a sheet tonight if you can, and divide it up and start just like what could we create here? This is exciting, right? It's exciting. We're brainstorming. We're thinking about what could be, what we could create that's going to sell for our business, right? And bring in that extra income. So we're thinking about as well from this, just one idea that we potentially want to run with, right? So for your homework specifically, you can share that sheet if you want to. If you want to do like a screenshot of your brainstorming sheet, you could totally do that. It's not compulsory. What I do want to see is the format and type of passive income offer that you want to create. So just type in online course, ebook, workshop, etc. Like whatever that thing is, what's going to be the format for that passive income offer that you're going to create. So we want to just settle on one now. Like that's not set in stone either. Don't think, oh my God, I'm going to have to create that, because we can change our minds, right? But I want you to think, this seems like the best idea right now. I think I want to run with this one, right? So put in what that format is for your passive income offer that you think you're going to run with. And I want you to settle on a transformation statement as well. So a transformation statement is essentially the before and after in a simple sentence. This is essentially giving people an insight into what this is going to help them to achieve with their pet in a really simple way. So we need to get that across very, very quickly. Your messaging, your positioning when it comes to your passive income offer is really, really important. They need to get it straight away. They need to understand how this thing is going to help them get that result that they want, like straight away. So it's really important. And you can use for this the formula from, to, in. Okay, so it's like from dot 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 to dot 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 in dot dot dot. That's what we're doing. If you want to write that down, you can totally do that, because this will help you when you're trying to think of what to do for your transformation statement. So I'm going to give you some examples now so you can see how this works. So we want that transformation statement as well, by the way, guys, is like, it's like it goes underneath the name of your thing. So you might have, like, for example, like a puppy academy, like puppy academy. I would go a little bit more specific on that as well. The puppy, yeah, like puppy training academy, right? That could be like the name of your course potentially. The transformation statement is what makes it like crystal clear as to what that's going to help them achieve. So, for example, trainer, from barking mayhem to peaceful walks in 14 days. So you're saying from like where they are right now to where they want to be in a period of time. Like that whole thing is super powerful as a thing to be putting for any passive income offer, or any offer at all, actually. Any type of service in your business, that's super powerful to be putting that in, because people can understand like like what you're going to do for them, like how you're going to get them from where they are now to where they want to be in a specific time frame. So that is yeah, very powerful. So that's an idea, an example for a trainer potentially here. So from barking mayhem to peaceful walks in 14 days, you know exactly what that thing is going to help them do, right? They get it straight away. Oh, brilliant. This is going to help me to stop my dog from barking while I'm out walking, right? Groomer, from clumsy clips to confident home grooms in 7 days. So if you're helping people to groom at home, you're, taking them from, oh, they've messed up and the dog looks a little bit weird now. Like you've probably seen tons of those if you are a groomer, right? Where they come into the salon and they're like, oh, I might have messed up my dog's coat a little bit. So confident grooms in 7 days, right? Another groomer, from messy mutt to polished pup in 7 days, right? Super fun. And by the way, you can use AI again to help you with your transformation statement. So go to ChatGPT and ask them to essentially use that framework from, to, in for a transformation statement for whatever course it is that you want to create, and it can help you do this. So these are all from AI, right? AI is amazing. So Walker Trainer, from bored and destructive to calm and comfort and content in 10 days. Bored and destructive to calm and content in 10 days. Walker, from nervous walks to confident adventures in 7 days. Or a pet sitter, from travel guilt to total peace of mind in 5 days. Like, thinking about how you can help people to prepare their dog or their cat or whatever it is before they go away on holiday, right? It's it's that powerful, punchy transformation statement that comes in straight away so they get it, right? They totally get it. That's what we want. Right, okay. So if you're struggling with that at all, so you can use AI like ChatGPT. You could head there now and say, based on what you know about my business, so do train it first of all. So as I mentioned, like you can just literally talk about your business first of all and say, I am XYZ, I help this specific type of customer. My ideal client is yada yada yada. Talk about your business as if you were just talking to like a friend. Tell it about your business. You could upload some pieces of information as well if you have them. Like if you have a book, that's amazing. Like literally upload that because it will understand so much about your business that way. Or if you have like social media posts and emails, you can share those with it. So train it first of all, and then ask it to recommend some like online courses, memberships, digital products, group programs. So like give me 10 to 20 ideas for all of these things like ebooks, online courses, and it will give you all of those ideas, which is amazing because then you can start thinking, oh, maybe that might have legs, and you can start like going back and forth with it potentially if it's not quite right, if you don't think it's quite right, and then you can really narrow it down and then you can give it that information for the transformation statement and say, right, can you help me create a transformation statement from this using this framework from to in? And then boom, like within, I'd say 20 minutes, you could have the whole idea for your passive income offer created and your transformation statement done. And then you can put it into the homework thread, right? So yeah, 2 parts to this homework. I just want to clarify that. Share the type, like the format of your passive income offer. So what that's going to be. Are you going to do an online course? Are you going to do a workshop or a masterclass or like an ebook of some sort? Are you starting small there if you haven't done this before? Or are you going to create something maybe a little bit more like a membership or a larger online course? So what is that format type going to be? And then what is your transformation statement for that specific passive income offer? That's what I want to see in the homework thread. If you want to share your brainstorming sheet, awesome. Like do that too. If you want to do a screenshot, that's fab. I do love to see those actually. And that was something that I did in the last boot camp, but I thought, don't give you too many steps here. But if you want to do it, that's awesome. All right. Okay. Yeah, the homework thread, by the way, will be coming up after this live. So it will be a separate thread in this group for you to add to. So yes, you can put them in here for ideas and stuff, but I want you to put it into the specific homework thread, so we can keep it all in one place and I know who's done what. Okay, so Gillian. Will any resources be provided on how to determine what the best offers are for our audience, like audience discovery, discovering who your audience actually is and finding ways to understand what their problems are so you know what solutions to offer? I would, okay, so this is like business basics. Okay, so your ideal customer profiling, that is work that we need to be doing for our businesses for sure. Like before we start doing anything like marketing our business, we need to know who we are talking to. So I did do a bonus live if you haven't seen it. So bonus live 3, it's in the featured section of this group. I do go into some detail essentially around your ideal students and who you want to be attracting. So I'd encourage you essentially to go back and look at that bonus live because that will help you think about like what problems they have and what you could create as a solution to their big problems. So yeah, Gillian, go back and watch that one because that's going to help you with that. I'm glad I did those bonus lives because I thought some things like this would be popping up because it's not necessarily, this is on top of the passive income bootcamp, I suppose. But I want to just stick to the real structure and specifics for the actual bootcamp itself. So yeah, bonus slides are there for you. Hope that helps. What was the fourth column? The fourth column was group program. Group program. Thank you, Jenna. All right, so Holly, calendar, checklist. Sarah, can you give an example? Okay, so from confusion about lead magnets to growing list in 30 days. Is that a good example? You'd be wanting to obviously create a, yeah, that is correct, but you'd be wanting to create a transformation statement that is unique to your pet business, right? So that would be like a good one for me to be creating, but you want to be creating one for your specific audience, your ideal customer, right? So whoever that is. So you want to be thinking about that. Yeah, but that is a good example. That is a good example. We want to make it relevant to your business. And what if we don't have an idea about how long the results will take, the two parts? So I would like, and this isn't about making guarantees, and people often struggle with this part, I suppose, and they don't want to say in X, Y, Z time. Um, so but it's not about making guarantees that you will get that result in that amount of time. It could actually be that it's going to take them this certain amount of time to go through the material of the online course. So you can just like estimate what that is going to be, and put in like it's going to take you 7 days to go through this. Yeah, I would do it that way. So I hope that helps there. We're not saying you're going to get this specific result in this time because we can't guarantee that. And in your like terms and conditions as well, you should have something that says like I can't guarantee results here, like because we can't, right? Every dog is different, every pet is different, so we can't be guaranteeing these things. But it's not about making guarantees. It's giving them an idea of like yeah, how long that could potentially take to get the result that they want or to go through that material. So yeah, I hope that helps. Oh, no worries, Tracy. We are wrapping up now. So yeah, we're wrapping up now, so don't worry. Awesome. Good. Okay, so group mentoring. Oh, you're using sales copy. I wasn't sure how we were implementing it. Yeah, I think yeah. You've got it. You do have it. But just make it relevant to your business. So, group mentoring program for groomers need to sort out transformation statement, but it will be along the lines of from struggling with fearful or aggressive dogs to being confident and calming in 6 months. Amazing. Yeah, like you've got it. That is great. Yeah. I love that idea as well. That's really good. So good. Amazing. Okay. This is good. Yeah, you guys have got it. You got it. You know what you need to do. Perfect. Okay, right. I will wrap things up there. I know we went through quite a lot there and we've done some brainstorming together and things as well, which is amazing. I will be putting up, as I said, the homework thread for today straight after this. So I'm going to put links in the different ones so you can cross link and people know where everything is. And there is also going to be as well a replay page for this. So I'm going to email out a replay page so that yes, it's going to be in the Facebook group, but it's also going to be somewhere easy where all of them are housed as well, all of the recordings. So yeah, that is coming. Okay, so yeah, don't forget to do your homework. Do put that into the homework thread. I want to see these awesome ideas. Yeah. Okay, fantastic. I hope that helped everyone, and it's got you thinking about, some ideas for what you can create essentially for your passive income offer, and you're getting excited about, yeah, what you can create and what you can, like this new online income stream for your business, because it's exciting stuff. Like this stuff is super fun. Like I love going through that whole process of like when I've got an idea for a new digital product or whatever it is, and then bringing it into reality, and actually when you start then selling it and actually getting money for that thing, it's like it's amazing. It's so much fun. So yeah, I'm really excited for you guys to be digging into this and creating these things this week. Awesome. Okay, I will leave it there. And any questions at all, like do put these into, if you're watching the replay as well, any questions, do put them into the comments. I can come back in later and answer those as well. Yeah, awesome. Okay, guys, have a lovely rest of your day. Enjoy your evenings. We will be back here again tomorrow, same time, 2 p.m. UK time. And I think it's about audience building tomorrow. Is it tomorrow? Yeah, I think it is tomorrow. So we're going to be talking about building your audience and lead magnets and all of these awesome things then. Yeah, awesome. I will see you all then. Have a lovely evening. Bye.